The prosecutor got up, and she had never lost a case before, and very, very full of herself, went on to be a judge, relatively controversial judge because of her conservative nature. And she started making a pretty good argument, but then something came over her as though she had a bit of stage fright, which is kind of strange because she had tried so many cases and she was so proud of her skills. And she said, I'm going to get back up in a minute and I'm going to go through the rest of what I want you to know, and shut down. And I said immediately, without hesitation, Judge, we waive our closing. And the judge, as though he was in on it ahead of time, directly moved into jury instructions. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've heard the arguments of counsel or Mr. Barnes waive, whatever. Now I'm going to tell you what the law is on this case. And I looked over, and she was ashen. He went on and gave the jury instructions, and then the jury went out. And they came back, and I explained to my client what I had done. I perhaps should have asked his permission before I did it, but it wouldn't have come off quite as good, I don't think. And maybe he would have talked me out of it. At any rate, came back a guilty verdict, sadly, as it were. And I look over at her. Now, at this point, she had another lawyer from the prosecutor's office sitting with her. I don't think he was there for the whole thing. And they were actually embracing, to some degree, it was more than a handshake, hugging each other, and they were already in celebration mode. And there was a 19-year-old kid on the jury, and I thought he was what we call a seat warmer. Some people, when they get on a jury, you just think they're not going to be all that consequential with regard to the verdict, not carry as much weight as others. Of course, you never know about any of these people, really. And he raised his hand, and he said, Your Honor, I'm the foreman, and I circled the wrong box on the verdict form. We actually found him not guilty. And she and this other lawyer, he male, she obviously female, they broke their embrace as though they were two paramours that had just been caught by their respective spouses.